Welcome to the Nevis Newscast for Wednesday, October 3rd, 2018. I'm Fredicia Liebert. The handing over of the Bede water wells at the Maddens Estate pump site back to the Nevis Water Department will take place on Friday, October 5th. Premier of Nevis and Minister of Public Utilities, the Honourable Mark Brantley, who made that announcement at his press conference on October 2nd, described it as a significant day for the people of Nevis and for the sustainability and independence of the island.
I want to thank Minister Spencer Brand, who's here for his leadership. Young minister, just came in, but he is operating like a veteran minister, because under his leadership, we are having the handover of the Bede water wells back to the people of Nevis on Friday, the 5th of October. Now, many of you may ask, so what is the relevance of this? We would have recognized that the government, some many years ago, entered into an arrangement with Bede, where Bede constructed or dug these wells that supply most of the water that we consume in the island of Nevis. Bede would have dug these wells, and we would have had an agreement to buy the water from Bede over all these years. The years have gone by, the process has come to an end, and on the 5th, the people of Nevis take back their wells and their water. And so, come Friday, we will no longer have an arrangement where we have to buy water from Bede. We will in fact have our own water restored to us, because at the end of the day it was always our water, but we had a contract to buy it from them because they were the ones who dug the wells. Well, that arrangement is now done, and so we invite one and all. It will be at the Maddens Estate pump station site at 10 a.m.
Premier the Honourable Mark Brantley. There continues to be several buildings, homes and businesses that are not on the Inland Revenue Department's property tax roll. That is according to Premier and Minister of Finance, the Honourable Mark Brantley, who made the remark at his monthly press conference on Tuesday, October 2nd.
For whatever reason, those people have not been paying any tax because their buildings are not registered. So far, we've identified some 825 homes that are not on the tax rolls. And so the Inland Revenue Department has a team that is going out, and we will find you wherever you are. So we are hopeful that you don't make us have to come and find you. You go into the Inland Revenue and you say, listen, my home was just constructed, or it was constructed 5 years ago. I do not believe that it's on the tax roll. Could you sort us out? And let us really start to be responsible in terms of what we do. But the teams are out, and so far they've been doing an excellent job. They've identified about 825 homes thus far, and we're hopeful that you'll make our work a little easier by coming in and being responsible citizens.
Premier and Minister of Finance, the Honourable Mark Brantley. The verification stage of the Federal Housing Assistance Program is currently taking place here in Nevis. The Nevis Island Administration's Ministry of Social Development is coordinating the program, which offers qualifying households with total gross monthly income of less than $3,000, $500 per month in financial support.
We have had much talk about the Federal Housing Assistance Program, and we charge, of course, Minister Evelyn to get that program going in Nevis to gather the data. I am told that through the collection process we had 819 households. 819 households in Nevis have brought forward their data. Now, it doesn't mean that 819 households would benefit, because we're now going to the verification stage, bearing in mind that some people may choose to understate the household income. So we'll now go through that verification process, and once that is done, that program will be rolled out in earnest.
The Honourable Mark Brantley speaking at the Premier's press conference on Tuesday, October 2nd. Still to come,
we're going to have a wonderful match. We have some persons coming over from St. Kitts, and we are also going to include the school children.
The details after this break.
Wally, the queen of the Caribbean, bathed by its crystal shores, is the Caribbean's best kept secret. Nevis is known for its rich culture, which remains entrenched in the island's everyday life. We boast of having the Caribbean's greatest summer festival. Culturama. The birthplace of Alexander Hamilton, my little 36 square mile island, is the home of the Bath Hotel, which is the first built hotel in the Caribbean. Don't forget to take a dip in the therapeutic Bath Springs. Take a few minutes to trot down to the ever-famous Sunshine's Bar and drink a world-renowned Killer Bee. Live Nevis naturally by exploring the magnificent waterfalls and hiking to the top of our 32 Nevis Peak. Our lush vegetation and landscape deems a visit here the perfect escape. Nevis, Queen of the Caribbees.
Welcome back. The Charlestown Preschool held an awards ceremony and gala on Saturday, September 29th to culminate its week of activities in celebration of the school's 35th anniversary. Devon Cornelius tells us more in this report.
The Charlestown Preschool hosted an awards ceremony and cocktail in celebration of its 35th anniversary at the Charlestown Primary School's auditorium on Saturday, September 29th. 4 past supervisors of the school were awarded for their years of sterling service and contribution to early childhood education.
Our first award goes to Mrs. Valentine Martin. Our second awardee is Mrs. Benilda Jeffers. She unfortunately could not be here and sends her apologies. Our third awardee for this evening is Mrs. Marianne Jeffers. Our final award goes to Mrs. Brenda Smith and Williams.
In 1983, the Nevis Island Administration piloted their first project in early childhood education and opened the Charlestown Preschool in August 1983 with its original name, the Child Family Community Development Center. Mrs. Valentine Martin was the first named supervisor. Mrs. Martin's era came to an end after the second term, and she was replaced by Mrs. Benilda Jeffers. In 1986, there was another change in the role of the supervisor. She came in the form of Mrs. Marianne Jeffers, an intern from Serval in Trinidad. Mrs. Benilda Jeffers went off for training the following year. Mrs. Jeffers served until 2002, where Mrs. Brenda Smith and Williams took up the mantle as being the 4th supervisor of the institution. Her tenure lasted until 2016.
The event's honoree was Vera Maloney, to whom early childhood coordinator in the Department of Education, Donnie Lands, made a tribute and presentation.
Records have indicated that she was employed at the school for a brief period of time before she left to work elsewhere. But the thing about working in the preschool is that the love you get from the children is so genuine, you do have to return. And we all know that if something is nice, it's best to do it twice. Hence, she returned to the Charlestown Preschool and is here ever since. The children and staff at the school have grown to love her dearly. She is not afraid of hard work and does it with a radiant smile on her face. She is a great team player and loves to share her experience and ideas if it will enhance the lives of others. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and give a warm, thunderous applause to Our Lady of the Hour, Miss Vera Maloney. Extraordinaire.
Also expressing congratulations to the Charlestown Preschool were Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Kevin Barrett, and the Education Officer responsible for Early Childhood Development, Florence Smithin. I am Devon Cornelius reporting for the Nevis Newscast.
The Charlestown Preschool celebrated its 35th anniversary under the theme Celebrating 35 Years of Quality Education and Care. The month of October is celebrated as International Month of Older Persons, and here on Nevis, the Ministry of Social Development's Senior Citizens Division is hosting a number of activities for the month of October. Acting Coordinator of the Senior Citizens Division, Trudy Prentice, spoke about the upcoming activity for the seniors.
We're going to start at Longstone Wall, and we're going to march from there all the way to ETW Park. That march is scheduled to start at 9 a.m. We're going to have a wonderful march. We have some persons coming over from St. Kitts, and we are also going to include the school children.
The theme for the celebration of International Month of Older Persons is celebrating older human rights champions. That's how we end this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I'm Fredicia Liburd. Thank you for viewing.